Hello there, folks and beautiful people. Hey, this is Joe Wazoo here. Hey, this quick video today is going to talk about something interesting, how to change the name of the logged users, or how to change those names at a later date if you wanted to. This video goes out to my friend Brian, who kind of asked a question about this, so I didn't know if it was possible, so I made this video to try it out, and yes, I think it is possible. So let me first cover a few things. Let's pretend in this application that over here in data tags, I have a couple tags, tag 1 and tag 2. Now these two tags, I want to log who changed those values of these two particular tags. So as I click on them, in Crimson, that means all of these areas right here focus on that particular tag. So there's a tab called security. So on security, what I did here on these two tags is I gave access control, hit the edit button here, and I said allow users with specific rights, and I chose user right 1 for this guy gets access. And then for the other one, I want to also log those changes. So on right logging, I did log changes by users and programs, because whenever somebody changes this, I want to log what it was before to what it went to and who made the change. So I did user or tag 1, I did access control R1, and tag 2, I did R2. Okay. Now notice also, team, that I have also a couple of ASCII strings. These two guys here. These are just under here. These are string tags because these will be names. So all they are is an ASCII string. I set them for 100 characters. I mean, you can make it longer. I'm just basically saying that somebody's first and last name can't be longer than 100 characters. You could certainly go longer, and that's a pretty big name. But anyway, I also made them retentive. You don't probably need to do that, but because they're going to be stored in the system anyway, well, I won't really show. I think you should keep those retentive. So both of these, I don't have anything on. Well, let me go back here. On security on these, now this guy, both of these names, I set these up to be maintenance access. So only the maintenance department can change those names. Both user rights for 1, or user 1 real name, and user 2 have M, and I did the same log changes. And then I want to look a step further. I thought, you know what? I created a tag called current user. And if I go to data tab, what I'm doing here, this is a string over here in the lower right-hand corner in system. If you expand the functions tree, and then if you slide all the way down in here, I believe if you go into the security section, there's a bunch of functions in security here. And this one here, I'm using get current username. So all I did, team, is I took this and drug it out right there and dropped it there, and it did that function. This will show me who is currently logged in at any time that we're doing this. Now, since I said the word logged in, let's go over here to the lower left-hand corner and click on security. So here in security, first off, let me click up here in the top right here on security. By default, Crimson has an inactivity window of 600 seconds or 10 minutes. For my demo, changed that to 30 seconds. I don't want to wait 600 seconds for the thing to time out, which I'll cover that in a second. But so I always change that to 30. Clear login name. That just means that it'll delete what name was there last, or you can leave it no, and it'll show logged in last. No big deal. Anyway, if I click on maintenance here, so over here, these here, team, are the name of the user name that you would type in. And I'll show that in a second, but this is the name that you type in. Now, I recommend, it's my opinion, that I put everything lowercase. Otherwise, you got to get the keyboard, shift uppercase, and then do capital letters and lower, blah. I make everything lowercase. So these are the names here that a person types in. So if you look here at maintenance, I got the real name as maintenance manager. I made the password for this guy be ABC, and I checked the button here, maintenance access. So that means that'll give that person access to change the names of these tags over here. I like the fact that Crimson shows you the tags over here. And then if I go to user 1, okay, now here's where I got a little special. User 1, I gave the access right user 1 here. And if I go to user 2, I did user 2 here. Both of these two have the same password, which I believe is 123 in this case. Maintenance is ABC, and these two guys are 123 is what I put here. But here's where the real magic happens. You see right here? All I did, team, is I took this tag and drag it right here. And that put an equal sign. You can also drag this one here, like that. But I'm using this guy here for user right one. That's their real name, because Brian wants to be able to change that name because as employees come and go, they can log who that is, and this will work. So this is number 2. This is number 1. Perfect. And then on my display page, I've got, I dragged those tags out, and I put a little cheat here. User right one. Let me make this bigger so you can see it. Maybe I won't. There we go. This one, user 1 can change. This one, user 2. And then maintenance has access to these 2. And then I also added the user manager. This primitive here can be found in primitives on the right. And if you go slide down into system primitives, and then I believe a few rows down on the right, I think it's the 3rd row down from the top, user manager, I just drug that guy out here. That's all I did. Now I did add a couple buttons here. These 2 buttons here, back over here at system in the security, I basically made this one force the user login action by using user login right here. So here, I'll right click, properties. And if I go to the action tab, I did user defined, and I drug that function, boom, right here. I took this user log on right there. That will execute the login if you wanted to do that. And then log off, I did the same thing here. This way I could press the button to make the user log off. And then here, current user, all I did there, team, is I took this tag that we just covered and drag out here. That way it'll show who's currently logged in. So let me save this, and let me go ahead and download this to our test screen. All right, here we go. Here's our real HMI. We're going to try it out. So look right now. Nobody's logged in right now. So if I wanted to change this, I can click here. Keyboard comes up. Let's say I make this 1, 2, 3. Boom. Now I'm going to confirm, yes, but I got to log in now. So this is user 1. Remember, the name is what you type in there. Boom. And the password for this is 1, 2, 3. There, it took it. So now if I go over here again and click this and say 4, 5, 6, since user 1 is currently logged in for 30 seconds, I can make all the changes I want to this guy. Okay. Now if I go to click this guy, make a change here, because this was user 1's tied in, you say, no, this is not going to happen. So remember that 30-second window I talked about? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let this thing sit here. Let me make one more change. There we go. And I'm going to wait for my little clock here to get to, say, the 8-minute mark. Boom. All right. Let me let it sit for 30 seconds. Let's see what happens. I'm going to speed the video up during this and enjoy some coffee. Boom. You see that? There went the 30-second window, and it automatically logged that guy out. Perfect. That's what I want to see. Now, here's the problem, though. I did not enter a name for who user 1 or 2 is. So I believe at this juncture in the log file, it's not going to show any changed names. So let's put a couple names there. Let's say Joe U1 is Joe Wazoo. So I'll go ahead and put my name in here. Now, because I did that, I've got to log in as maintenance. So I'm maintenance, M-A-I-N-T. And I believe the password for this guy was ABC. Okay, that's logged in there. If we go here to this guy, let's say, what do we got here for this one? How about we do Bob Hope? All right, so now we got that in there. Now, let's go ahead and manually log off by pressing this button. Bam. Then I have to wait 30 seconds. Then I can go here, and I can see, you know what, this guy needs to be 222. So there, I got to confirm. Boom. This is user 2, U-S-E-R 2. Password 1, 2, 3 for this guy. Oops. Did I not make the password? I think I put the wrong. All right. I typed the wrong password, I think. User 1 or user 2, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3. Boom. There you go. And then, of course, now Bob Hope is logged in. Oh, user 2 is, but that's perfect. So if I change this to 333, then go back to 444, everything's good. Let me log off. Let me go over to this guy. Let's change this one back to 321, like that. Yes. User number 1, 3. There we go. Just making some on the fly changes here. All right. Perfect. Let me log off. Okay, so there we go. I haven't approved this name thing yet, but I'll get to that in a second. All right, now let's say that some time goes on and that Joe Wazoo won the lottery and has moved on from the firm. What a lucky guy. God, I wish it was that guy. Anyway, let's say that happened to him. And let's say that we hired a new set of people. We hired John Doe and Ty Webb. So in this case, nobody's logged in. So Joe Wazoo's left the firm. Now we got John Doe in his place. There we go. Yep, we got to log in. This is maintenance. Password maintenance, ABC. Okay. And we hired a guy named Ty Webb. I like that guy, Ty Webb. I think he was a golfer. There we go. All right. So now I got that in. I want to log off. And let's go ahead and make some changes here. So let's go back to this guy. There we go. This is user number 1. Password 123. There we go. And of course, he's making some changes here. Can't decide whether he's Delexley or not. Perfect. Okay, let me log him off. Let's go over to this one. Let's go ahead and make a change to this one. Whoops. Yes. Okay. There's that lotto number that he won, 777. Go to casino that wins. Okay, so there we got some stuff. We'll log off. All right, we made a bunch of changes. All right. Now, the whole purpose of the video is to be able to have these names show up in our security manager. So here I've been using this page, but because in Crimson, we did some changes over here. Crimson, we security here, right here. Oh, I should have covered this earlier. We made this here default logging. Log changes by users for both mapped and internal. So that part here on the security should have turned on our screen, the security manager. So I'm going to hit the back arrow here. Because I have an SD memory card in here, I'm going to go to view logs. There's a thing here called security. I click here. And I was playing with this yesterday. So today's date is the 12th. Maybe it's this one. Is my clock off? Probably off. I think it's going to be this one. Let me click on this guy right here. All right. So this one shows the default here. You can see some things there, nothing big. Let me go back to here. What about this guy? This was the guy I was playing with yesterday. All right. And this one. Here we go. This is the one I want. My clock off. 2511. No, this is right. Today's the 12th. This is correct. This is the one. Yep. So if I click on this, you see how it comes in as kind of a convoluted mess? Because Google Chrome opens up a CSV file as just a text file, I want to look at this in Excel. Yeah, I can see it's doing a thing here, but it's not very clean. So here's what I do. I always right click on this and I go save link as, boom. And I'm going to save this to my desktop for our easy viewing pleasure. But right here, team, this is a CSV file. So I'll put my cursor at the end of the name, .csv. That's going to do that, set up as a comma separated variable. And then hit the pull down here and choose all files, save it to my desktop, bam. So once it gets done here in Google Chrome, I can now click on it right here, and it should force, well, maybe not. It should open up in Excel. What did Google Chrome do now? You must be kidding me. Oh, because I'm an idiot. I put .csv. Hold on, let me fix this again. Moron. Hold on. Let me right click, save link as. Apparently I put a comma. This is supposed to be a period. CSV. There we go. Duh. All right. Sorry about this, team. Now let's try it. Now I should go click on this. I noticed that earlier, but I wasn't paying attention. All right. Check this out. So here it is, team. It opens up in Excel, date, timestamp. I think this is super cool because it shows you who changed what, when. So you can see the previous value, next value. And as I go down the list, you can see the names change. And that's exactly what I believe my friend Brian wanted to see. In the security file, it shows the real name of the operator. Now, you can't change the username. That name, that's one thing you can't do here, is in Crimson. The name over here, you can't change these on the fly, at least that I know of, but you can change the name that's logged. And I believe that's what my friend Brian was looking for. Anyway, that's just a quick example of this. If you want a copy of this database, send me an email with this name of the file, request it, and I'll send it to you. Thanks a lot, folks. Have yourself a great day. I sure will, because I'm teaching a class today. See you later.